In the journey toward democracy and development, Nigeria introduced constituency projects, particularly intervention projects, ZIPs, with the noble aim of ushering progress into rural communities. However, corruption seems to have paved its way into these systems, costing communities dearly and shortchanging them from enjoying the dividends of democracy. To address these challenges and foster open government partnerships, Connected Development Code, generously supported by the MacArthur Foundation, initiated the groundbreaking project Deepening Citizens' Interest in Government, Spending and Addressing Accompanied Corrupt Practices DESPAAC Project. The Code Team, the project as it's fondly termed, DESPAAC, focused on mobilizing and empowering community governance structures, follow the money champions, community monitoring team, to identify and monitor constituency projects implementation, ensuring their communities enjoy dividends of democracy. Develop a synergy between communities and government ministries, departments and agencies, legislators for gender mainstream service delivery on constituency projects implementation. Improve prosecutory capabilities of anti-corruption agencies such as the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, via effective collaborations and information sharing between the Commission and community stakeholders through whistleblowing policies. Increase the awareness of the Open Government Partnership, which the Kaduna State Government signed into law in 2018 through sensitization of community members and advocacy to the government. And lastly, step down media and journalism reports to community members on social projects like the constituency projects in their respective communities, using social development data from communities back to media and journalism. The DESPAAC project was conceived to empower and equip community structures with the tools to effectively track and monitor constituency projects in Kaduna State. Through its transformative project, Code has fortified the connections between communities and government stakeholders, with a special emphasis on legislators, implementing agencies, and other significant partners. Over the past 3 years, Code has worked relentlessly to foster the growth and enhance the capabilities of community monitoring teams and Community Development Committee champions, CDC.
The DESPAAC project is really an eye-opener. It has empowered us through capacity building and also information sharing. Through this DESPAAC project, we're able to placate most of the zonal intervention projects that were allocated for our local government, for our local communities, which were inaccessible for us before the DESPAAC project.
So the DESPAAC project came at the very right time, and it's important to note also that that has allowed citizens to be part of project implementation. These are things that were never done before in Kaduna.
At anything for development in our community, I get involved. And while getting involved, I discovered that there are a lot of irregularities going on. Most of the things that are happening, most of the underdevelopment we face are due to lack of political will. From the trainings I receive, I make sure I cascade it down to my community people. One of the cardinal issues we should look at, some of these people that are in government, because their children don't attend those kind of schools in the communities, nor the primary health care in the communities. So the standards are not something for they are not passionate about seeing standards being met. So what they are after sometimes is just how to maneuver or a kind of just do what they can do, but not meeting up with standard.
Before the intervention of Code and the DESPAAC project, people did not believe in government and their promises. So you cannot deepen what you don't have. It's when you have the interest already that you have to deepen the interest. People never believe government anymore. So for every government project that comes, every promises that comes from government, they see it as another story. But with the intervention of Code and the DESPAAC project, it's not a matter of only deepening the citizens' interest in government spending or annual budgetary allocation. It became a matter of impacting policy from the grassroots, because that's mostly sometimes where the corruption takes place. People will pad the budget. So, but the DESPAAC project has made us to develop interest in impacting policy that is following the budget first and making sure citizens' interests are put in that budget.
These champions have evolved into active citizens, fully committed to tracking government spending and diligently monitoring constituency projects across the 3 senatorial zones of Kaduna State. In unity with their communities, they now champion the cause of holding government accountable and play a pivotal role in nominating projects that genuinely cater to the pressing needs of their people.
The all-in-one street light, which was silent, nobody knew about it, if not until when I told the community people that there's a project ongoing like this that is worth over 200 million. The community were like, what? So that was what prompted the community. They came, put their heads together, and then all those projects were done within a little period of time.
The project had been there for more than 4 years. The project is completed, but has not been handed over to the school authority. And when I engaged critical stakeholders, they said they were not aware of the project. The contractor locked the door and went away with the key. To the extent the roofs, the plastering and everything is dropping down, despite the finishing level. I engaged him through phone conversation, and he said he's not aware of the project. I said, but that project is facilitated by you, and it's as SDG program project. So how you as a rep member, 20 years sitting reps member, you said you were not aware that he's going to write to the ministry and telling them concerning it. I said, when you write, I want to see the copy of letter that you wrote to them. And so he sent the copy of the letter that he's not aware, but the project was there, brownized. Now the project has been handed over to the community, but the community cannot use it because the project has stayed dormant for more than 5 years, locked, nobody is using it. The whole roof is leaking. Even as I'm telling you now, police have packed the roof. So now the community are to stampede for the local government to renovate that primary school. As I'm telling you, there is a progress there now.
Apart from the primary healthcare center, there is the construction of 2 blocks of classrooms by the side of the primary healthcare center. And it was done at the moment where the school teachers and community are complaining of lack of classes, and the distance between the community to a primary healthcare center is significantly large. And when the project is fully implemented, I see the sense of happiness and fulfillment within the members of the community.
Yes, just as I said earlier, there is this project in Dangwa community. Dangwa community is a community that has almost about more than 1,000 people there. And each time I pass through that community, I always have something. I'll always stop in that community because I go to that community for a community engagement, and I notice that they don't have good drinking water. And when I engage them, when DESPAAC now gave me that capacity to engage them, they took that engagement and did the needful. And today they have drinking water. Every day I pass through that community, I greet them. They see me as a God, that I've brought something good. And that is, I tell them it's not me, it's their effort. But they are always grateful and appreciative. And they told me that they want to have their sons participating in this engagement.
In the upcoming interviews, these remarkable champions and key stakeholders will delve deeper into the innovative approaches of the DESPAAC project, designed to combat corruption and improve the lives of Nigerians during the implementation of ZIPs.
The DESPAAC project has greatly increased the level of awareness by the beneficiary community on what to do when they found themselves in areas, in situations of such nature. Therefore, I may say the DESPAAC has greatly increased the level of awareness, which is part of the mandate of the ICPC to enlist the support of the general public on the wrongdoings, on the issues, on the evil of corruptions, as well as actions to be taken to report such situations to the commissions.
To be quite honest, one, I have discovered it's a Herculean task and we need more hands on deck to be able to track these things. Corruption is prevalent in most of these government projects, especially the intervention projects. And I would want us to, I'm not saying code, I'm not saying the DESPAAC Project, I'm saying us. Because at the end of the day, even if you're a senator, once you leave that seat, you come back to be a citizen at home. So all hands must be on deck. We really need to make sure that these funds are judiciously used. You want my experience, I will tell you, there was a project we tracked. For years, allocations were being made to a school in Kubau local government. And then that very year, we were supposed to track, that is a year after the DESPAAC project came out. I think you came on board 2021. 2022, we went to track, and you won't believe, the school is non-existent. It's not there. And when we called the community people, they told us severally people come in, they go to that virgin land, they take measurements, they see their village heads, they make promises, and they disappear until the next cycle of budgetary allocation. So when we came in, they were shocked. But the leverage we had was that we're coming in from civil society, we're coming in at the level that I'm a traditional title holder, they know me, I know a couple of people, so they opened up. And we're able to know. If not for that intervention, another allocation will have been made in monetary terms for the construction of one block of three classrooms. And it will still go down the drain.
We'll say what everyone should be involved, not only in tracking and monitoring projects. Let their input be in the budget. Let them be the people that will nominate projects, just as silent through the DESPAAC project.
Together, we are not just tracking democracy, but we are also forging a path toward greater accountability, transparency, and ultimately a brighter and a more equitable future for all.